Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Posnema siap berbagi kebaikan. Alhamdulillah sahabat smanema di luar sana, kali ini kami hadir kembali dalam podcast SMAN 1 Manyar atau Posnema, dan kali ini kami kedatangan tamu dari Jepang. Tentu saja penasaran bagi sahabat smanema bahwa beberapa waktu yang lalu SMA Negeri 1 Manyar mendapatkan native speaker dari Jepang untuk mata pelajaran bahasa Jepang. Tentu saja pelajaran bahasa Jepang merupakan salah satu item bahasa unggulan di jurusan bahasa atau BBU budaya di SMA Negeri 1 Manyar. Karena itu kita sapa langsung konnichiwa Miina Sensei.
Konnichiwa,
Ya, selamat siang.
Hai.
O genki desu ka?
Hai, genki desu.
Oke, baik-baik saja ya.
Iya.
Oke. Tentu saja Sensei Miina sudah sekian waktu berada di SMA Negeri 1 Manyar dan merupakan salah satu program dari SMA Negeri 1 Manyar ketika mendapatkan tawaran untuk mengikuti atau mendapatkan native speaker dari penutur asli bahasa Jepang untuk mata pelajaran bahasa Jepang di SMA Negeri 1 Manyar. Sensei Miina, tentu saja apakah is it your first time to come to Indonesia?
Yes, it's my first time.
Oke, jadi ini merupakan pertama kali bagi Sensei Miina untuk datang ke Indonesia. And you have been teaching in Senior High School 1 Manyar in SMAN 1 Manyar.
Yes.
For more than 5 months ya.
Yes, more than 5 months.
Lebih dari 5 bulan telah mengajar di SMA Negeri 1 Manyar. So what is your first impression when you came to our school?
My first impression of SMAN 1 Manyar. It's like all the students are really energetic and passionate.
Yes.
And I thought, really energetic, I might lose, But yeah, everyone was really cheerful and smiley. Nice impression.
Oke, beliau mengatakan bahwa kesan pertama kali untuk datang di SMA Negeri 1 Manyar bahwa siswanya sangat memiliki energi yang tinggi, kemudian passion untuk mempelajari bahasa Jepang sangat tinggi, dan juga sangat tertarik dan sangat menantang akan kehadiran dari Sensei Miina, di mana tentu saja bahasa Jepang merupakan bahasa unggulan di SMA Negeri 1 Manyar, khususnya untuk program bahasa dan budaya. Ketika when you came first to SMAN 1 Manyar, you look different characteristic of the students. Maybe
Right.
you can compare from student from Japan, yeah. So, what is your first impression about the character of our student?
Like I said before,
Yes.
they're all really bright,
Yes.
characteristic, or really happy or smiley, and it's really rare for the Japanese students to be like that passionate or that smiley. So that's the point.
For our student, it can be so proud of your coming to teach in our school. Tentu saja, Sensei Miina juga mengatakan bahwa para siswa juga sangat antusias dalam proses pembelajaran itu, dan ada kemiripan antara pelajar Indonesia dengan Jepang ya. Tentu saja dari segi passion ketika mendapatkan penutur asli ya dari bahasa Jepang. Sensei Miina, what kind of program that applied in between Indonesia and Japan that you will be teaching in Indonesia? Is it what kind of program is it?
So you mean what did I teach in the Japanese classes, or?
From like institution Nihongo program, Nihongo program partners from the Japan Foundation.
Yes.
Oh yes. So how long have you been teaching in Indonesia?
About half year.
Half year.
Yes.
So for more than 5 months,
It's
yeah.
more than 5 months.
Okay. When you came to our school, especially in Gresik,
Yes.
yeah. How about the weather?
The weather?
The weather.
I mean, it's really, really hot.
Really hot, yeah. Comparing with Japanese, yeah.
Right, because I'm from the
Yeah.
northern part of Japan. It's a really cold place. Yeah. can't compare.
Where is exactly do you stay in Japan?
Hokkaido.
Hokkaido.
Yes.
Hokkaido. Oh, I see from the map. There's Hokkaido in the north of
Yes, very
Japan.
north. Yes.
So we have what is kind of weather like winter?
Oh, in the winter we have a lot of snow.
Oh, a lot of snow. Okay, so we have no.
Yeah, I know.
That's why Gresik and Surabaya is very hot.
Really hot.
So okay, no problem. I think it is new.
Yes, but I got used to it. Yeah.
Okay, so what is your impression about Gresik in general?
In general, hot, but all the people are really nice.
Yes, yeah, all the people are very
Kind.
nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully that
yeah.
all the people welcome you as
Yes.
new teacher for the school.
They did.
After for a long time, how can you interact with our student? Is there any different character that make you sometimes happy or unhappy, etc.?
I've never been unhappy
Yes.
with them, but I was always being happy because of them. They're really into learning Japanese that I teach, and that always gave me some energy to reteach again in the future. Yeah.
Beliau juga mengatakan bahwa hampir semuanya senang sekali ketika bertemu dengan para siswa Indonesia khususnya di SMA Negeri 1 Manyar. Bisa jadi karena memang posisi native speaker asli dari Jepang ini mendorong para siswa untuk sangat antusias, passionnya menjadi meningkat.
Yes.
Tentu saja ramah ya.
Ramah. Yeah.
When you are teaching at the class, is there any trouble? Is there any challenge to teach Japanese for our student?
For teaching Japanese itself doesn't have any problem, but my language ability of Indonesian is kind of weak, so it's kind of hard for me to like interact with a student in Indonesian.
Sometimes is there any misunderstanding?
Sure,
Sure.
I think so.
Oh gitu ya. But it can be discussed ya. Sometimes
Yes.
the student asks in Indonesian language and you have learned more about Indonesian
Right,
languages,
yeah.
of course. It is very beneficial for our
Yes.
student that you have more than one language, yeah, Japanese,
right.
English, and Indonesia.
Right, that's true.
Okay. What is your opinion about our system education compared with Japanese system? Is there any crucial difference?
Crucial difference. Yeah, I think so. Everything is different from Japanese culture. First of all, I think my first impression on Indonesian education system is like more free, or they can do what they want to do. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Sensei Miina mengatakan ada perbedaan ya. Is there any difference with between Indonesian education system and Japanese?
Yeah.
We are very open in
Yes,
Indonesia.
they are really open.
How about in Japan? It's very close or
It's not
in the
closed.
process of interaction?
We don't actually interact that much. We have to be polite because like students have to be polite to teachers. So they don't say like hey or good morning. Or, they can't say like that. They have to be polite.
Beliau mengatakan bahwa di Jepang itu para siswa itu harus sangat sopan kepada gurunya. Bahkan untuk mengatakan just saying hello, ya, it is very not common in Japanese. So there must be very polite attitudes in Japanese.
Yes.
Then in Indonesia we are very open,
We're
ya,
really
say
open.
something and okay.
Yeah.
So are you happy with the condition?
I am very happy.
Different. Okay. So this between the teacher and student, there is open relationship, yeah, between
Yes, really close.
discussing something with the different characters. Yeah,
Yes,
sometimes it is very flexible for teacher in Indonesia. Ya, jadi di Indonesia menurut beliau juga sangat suka karena keterbukaan, ya, karena terbuka. Pergaulan artinya hubungan antara guru dan siswa untuk sekedar menyapa dan sebagainya itu banyak dijumpai di Indonesia, tetapi kalau di Jepang itu sangat harus sopan, ya, harus sopan, polite, more polite. Okay. What is positive thing from SMAN 1 Manyar, yeah, especially for student and teacher?
Student and teacher. Like I said, they're really energetic and open for me too. Even though I'm 21 years old, the teacher in Ruang Guru just included me like one of the teacher, and that helped me to feel like I'm one of the family member in smanema. And students too, they're really open for me. And it was really easy for me to teach Japanese to them.
Oke, beliau mengatakan juga bahwa siswa di SMA Negeri 1 Manyar juga sangat terbuka, dan apalagi hubungan antara Sensei Miina dengan teman-teman guru, sometimes visiting ya, mengunjungi ke keluarga dari guru ya, khususnya keluarga besar SMA Negeri 1 Manyar. Kami melihat ya, we had ever met you going somewhere with smanema teacher,
Yes.
and to go somewhere to recognize about Indonesian culture, Indonesian sport tourism, etc. My question is, how can you compare environmental education in SMAN 1 Manyar and in Japan? Are you going to somewhere when you are teaching in Japan, going somewhere with the student or the teacher, compared with this in Indonesia?
Actually, I don't have any experience teaching in Japan because I'm still student.
Okay.
But you mean like school trip or?
Yes.
We do have school trip, but we don't do anything like extra curriculum style school trip. So it's, I think, original in Indonesia.
Yeah. Sensei Miina, we are so thankful for your teaching in our school that develop our students' ability on Japanese language. Is there any point of our student in the process of teaching and learning Japanese? Let's say, for the example, our student has grade 60% of learning Japanese, and then you come to our school. What kind of program you have applied in order that our student skill in Japanese will be increasing drastically for Japanese language teaching?
Okay, so I linked the idea of improving their language skill with their increased amount of like interest towards Japanese culture. So I didn't do anything like the direct conversation in Japanese or anything, but I just taught them how wonderful Japanese culture are and tried to like improve their like I want to go to visit Japan, so I have to learn Japanese or things
So
like
am
that.
I. Oke, Sensei Miina mengatakan bahwa beberapa poin yang telah diterapkan di SMA Negeri 1 Manyar untuk membantu pembelajaran bahasa Jepang, kemampuan berbicara, Sensei Miina menerapkan banyak praktek untuk conversation ya in Japanese, and then introducing Japanese culture to interact the student to visit Japan, etc. And then this is what we call cross-cultural understanding, understanding each other between Indonesian culture and Japanese culture.
Yes.
Sometimes in the process of teaching and learning, Miina thought about food and beverage of Japan. Yes, let's say for example cooking class.
Yes.
Yeah, is there any cooking class?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, of course. What is the reason why you introduced Japanese food or Japanese beverage for our student?
Why did I introduce Japanese food? Well, I believe one of the biggest way for students to build the big like will to want to learn about culture is one, the students can like do something or make something by themselves. So by making sushi, for example, I introduced by making sushi by themselves, they can like build up the like will to learn more about Japanese culture. So I did it.
Oke. Sensei Miina juga mengatakan bahwa dengan memperkenalkan makanan dan minuman Jepang, kemudian dipelajari oleh siswa, ini tentu saja membangun, build up to know more about Japanese food and beverage, ya, like sushi ya. Dan beberapa kali untuk kelas yang diajar oleh Sensei Miina ini telah diperkenalkan cara membuat makanan, the way how to cook Japanese food like sushi. What else?
What else? For example, sado. I mean,
sado.
Chanoyu.
Chano.
Tea ceremony.
Oh yeah.
I did, yeah.
And of course, Sensei Miina have learned about Indonesian food.
Yeah, definitely.
What kind of food do you know? Do you recognize?
Oh, recognize a lot. I mean, soto ayam.
Oh, soto ayam.
Which I eat every
You like
day.
soto ayam?
Yes, definitely. My favorite.
So it's kind of a special food from Indonesian, soto ayam.
Yeah.
You like very much, of course.
Yes.
What else? You know
Nasi
sate?
perahu. Ya, tahu.
Tahu. Tahu gado-gado.
Sate, gado-gado.
Oh ya sate ya. We had ever visited to wedding ceremony. Yeah?
Oh, yes, we
of
did.
course. There are so many lot of food and beverage.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can taste ya every. I have known it.
Yes.
Jadi dulu kita pernah menghadiri acara resepsi pernikahan bersama Sensei Miina dan beliau merasakan beberapa makanan tradisional atau makanan spesial dari Indonesia, mulai dari sate, kemudian soto ayam, gado-gado,
Yes.
dan jenis minuman yang lain. Tentu saja bagi Sensei Miina ini merupakan pengalaman yang sangat berkesan. So it's very experience when you came to a wedding ceremony, and then you have known about
a lot of
this food and beverage. I had ever known you about how to record, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's very enthusiastic asking about everything from Sensei Miina. In general, how can you tell about this program, Nihongo Partners, to your friends, to the student, to your family in Japanese?
Wow.
Especially from this school.
Oh, I have to tell them through this program, Nihongo Partners, they could learn so much new thing about they didn't know in Japan. So I could interact with a similar age student in SMA. And that's kind of thing that we cannot do it in Japan. The special experience. Yeah, so I will tell that.
So what is specific in Indonesia you can bring to Japanese and then you can introduce to your country? Of course, a positive thing of our culture, of our character. Yeah. Some and of course, we can apply from Japanese system. Yeah, like. How to polite, to act something, But in Indonesia, the student, especially the teacher, are very open to visitors like Sensei Miina. We can say something, everything open. There is no close, whatever. Okay. The next point is that. From Nihongo Partners Program, what is the essential point of this program for Sensei Miina especially? Do you have any good impression, good experience that make you build your own knowledge when you will be coming back to your country?
Oh. So every day was my special experience, honestly. But going through teaching Japanese in all the classes, I think I realized how important to be open for me, be open to listen to what the students want to learn, and answer that which that they want to learn. And I didn't have that point before I started being a Nihongo partner, so that was the biggest point that I found.
Sensei Miina juga mengatakan bahwa dengan mengikuti by participating this program Nihongo partner, beliau juga mendapatkan banyak pengalaman yang tentu saja itu bisa diterapkan di Jepang ya. Banyak hal yang didapat ketika proses mengajar in the process of teaching and learning in Indonesia. You have got many positive side of students' character, of teachers' character, and of course the environment of this school. Yeah. The last point, Sensei Miina.
Okay.
Sometimes you have got many experience visiting to some area in our country.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example. You go somewhere with teachers, understanding about our sport tourism, understanding about our traditional food and beverage, and also understanding about our country in general.
Yeah.
In special area in Gresik, let's say for the example, is there any different let's say for the example about transportation, when you have uh, gone to our school from your maybe from your hotel
Yeah.
or your homestay,
Yeah.
you are forbidden to bring a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It must be in a car or something kind of car. So how can you tell about this item, this point? Let's say for example in Indonesia, it's very usual. You know about our student bring one student one motorcycle.
Right.
Yeah. So what is different? What is your first impression about seeing our student bring a motorcycle from their home to school?
I understand.
But Sensei Miina, it is forbidden for this program, yeah,
Right.
for Sensei Miina to bring motorcycle.
Right, for the safety.
What is your impression?
Well, I don't. Well, I do have will that. I wanna ride. I wanna ride
Really want
motorcycle.
to
but-
ride? Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. For me, in Japan,
Yes.
we don't have the system like go-kart or Gojek or.
Oh, there is no system.
No, I mean we do, but in the Tokyo area or those kind of like urban areas, but not that common, I think.
Oh.
So for me, that experience was new for me too. So
You have
yeah, always fresh.
MRT, mass rapid transportation
we
in
do,
Japan.
yeah.
Oh, not Gojek or
No
anything.
Gojek.
But you have a book about the Gojek
Yeah.
from our
Hotel.
school to your homestay or
Yes.
your hotel. Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
easy.
Several time ago, we have visitors from Thailand.
Okay.
They are very surprised when seeing our student bringing one motorcycle, one motorcycle
really?
over there. So the student is very rich. They say something. Oh no, it is our custom in Indonesia that the parents give one motorcycle to our student to go to
yeah,
school.
that's true.
Yes, by riding their own motorcycle. So it is not common in Japan.
Not common in Japan.
It is forbidden by your country.
Not forbidden, but more common to use the local. The
Public transportation.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's public transportation. So it is a different culture.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So you have different sightseeing about Indonesia, especially in Gresik, in East Java, Jawa Timur ya.
Yeah.
Jadi ada beberapa perbedaan yang dilihat oleh Sensei Miina ketika kesan pertama datang ke SMA kita, SMA Negeri 1 Manyar, dan satu siswa membawa satu sepeda, ada juga yang menggunakan public transportation. Itu merupakan hal yang tidak biasa di Jepang ya, tidak biasa di Jepang. Tapi ini menjadi sebuah pengalaman yang sangat menarik bagi Sensei Miina dan bisa diceritakan. You can tell to your friends,
Yes.
to your family out there, especially for our characteristic, our specific characteristic,
Right.
starting from food and beverage, our spot area like tourism, etc. So it can a lot of experience, different experience, impressive experience for Sensei Miina before going back to
Yes.
Japan. So, teaching Japanese in our school for more than 5 months, is it enough for you to stay?
No,
It's not
Not
enough. So, when will you go back to Japan?
I will go back to Japan next week. Yeah, next week. Yeah.
Wow, next week. From Surabaya to Jakarta.
Jakarta
to
to Narita. Tokyo.
Narita, Tokyo, Narita International Airport
Yep.
System. Oh, really? I want to visit Japan.
I know, right?
But, sometimes I can contact you
Hopefully.
when I have much money. Much money.
Yeah.
So I have to save first.
Yes.
Maybe next time we can discuss. We can ask by phone or by
Yeah,
social
definitely.
media. And
Sure,
then sometimes. Please pray for me to visit to
Yeah.
Japan.
Yes, definitely.
hopefully, but
Waiting for you.
Yeah, it has been saving money much because I have no special program to
Yeah.
visit Japanese.
Right.
Maybe I hope hopefully that I can get something sponsorship to visit to Japan,
I
either
hope
in
so.
the educational program or like a social, etc. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, Sensei Miina. So what is in conclusion, what kind of experience you can make conclusion about our culture, our country, our education system that make you get some impressive experience before going to Japan?
Everyday life in
Yes.
Indonesia I experienced as MP was special, and I think every single knowledge that I got in here was new for me, and that can help me to improve myself as the great human in the future. I can't say just one thing as a specific example what I got, but I must say how wonderful it is to experience the education system in here. I mean, how close the students and teachers are, how good or bright the atmosphere are, or makanan,
Yes.
enak, and everything is great about Indonesia. So this knowledge I have to bring back to Japan and just tell them how wonderful Indonesia were, and
Ya.
I'll do it.
Jadi Sensei Miina bisa menyimpulkan bahwa semua program yang dijalani ini akan membantu beliau, akan membantu dia untuk to develop, untuk mengembangkan karir ya, karir setelah banyak mendapatkan pengalaman-pengalaman yang didapat ketika mengajar bahasa Jepang khususnya di SMA Negeri 1 Manyar, dan umumnya mempelajari tentang budaya-budaya, karakter orang, makanan, tempat-tempat yang berbeda. Beliau juga mengatakan bahwa Indonesia begitu sangat mengagumkan, how wonderful your country, etc. Sometimes I remember about Mountain Fuji,
Oh yeah.
Sakura, etc. That's why hopefully I can visit to Japan next time.
I hope so too.
Okay, we also thanks to Sensei Miina. Hopefully that you will come back to Japan safely, safe flights.
Thank you so
and
much.
have enjoy the last day in Gresik, etc.
Yes.
Especially in our school. So thank you very much for your coming
Thank you
to
too.
our program Posnema Podcast Smanema. Let's say once more,
Okay.
Posnema siap berbagi kebaikan. Terima kasih bagi sahabat Smanema bahwa episode kali ini sangat begitu berharga ketika menghadirkan salah satu bintang tamu, Japanese teacher, guru bahasa Jepang penutur asli, Miina Sensei dari Hokkaido.
Hai.
Hokkaido. Oke. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.